She's got a heart score around 123, and she's showing me that she likes to go a more distance.
Yeah, I've never let her do that yet. But that's when I first met Bill, he came around my barn, and I was actually back on my wash rack giving the horse a bath, and he initiated a conversation, and I've called it that he entertained me the whole morning. But what caught my attention was I had a filly that was a very good racehorse, and she had gone off form. I pretty much knew it was up in her left front shoulder. Without hesitation, the last thing he said to me was, you know, when you're running the water over that filly's left shoulder, that really gives her a lot of comfort. He says, I can see that she's got a problem there. And he walked away. She wasn't giving anything away by the way she was standing or anything like that. You know, sometimes if you approach the horse or you watch him in a stall, you can figure out where a problem is. You know, quite honestly, I don't see Bill do that. I mean, he pretty much either closes his eyes or you know, he tries to go into it blindly.
I've been a veterinarian for coming up on 20 years. I'm board certified in internal medicine. I have a master's degree in equine exercise physiology and a PhD in molecular parasitology. So I'm way overqualified to be raking up in the barn here.
Oh, you want me to do him now?
Oh, please.
Okay, this one right here.
Please. He ran last Thursday.
Okay, we can just ask him. Oh, you're going to need to pay a lot of attention to that right front ankle and tendon. The left one seems to be all right. Left hind leg seems to be all right. The right hind leg, get it back in that suspension on that right side. That's probably the worst thing that I've seen, is that suspension on that right side.
Behind.
Yeah. What do you think, Miss Claire?
I haven't talked to him.
But you know him.
I'll be right back.
Okay.
99% of veterinarians do not believe in animal communicators. And 99% of the time, I have a hard time believing in animal communicators. But, you know, Bill proves me wrong. And a lot of times I like to say, well, he didn't tell me anything I didn't already know. But of course, then the question is raised, well, how did he know? All right, I'm a veterinarian. You won't see many veterinarians doing this. This is how I communicate with them. This is just a needle cap, which is just to save my fingers, because I do this probably 20 times a day or more. And what I'm checking is I'm checking his acupuncture points. This is not 100%, but it's scary accurate. I'm putting pressure on acupuncture points.
And looking for the reaction.
So going back to, this is the, interestingly, okay, he says right ankle. Interestingly, this horse has never had this come up before, but that is the right ankle point. So you can see we're getting a little reaction on that point. That point coincides with the right ankle. So.
Corroboration.
That corroborates. Now, that's not a typical thing that most conventional veterinarians will do. Most veterinarians don't check ankle points, but what they do is check for extension, of which there really isn't any, and then they'll flex it. But they have to be pretty far along, or pretty far advanced, before you're going to have a reaction to flexion. So I just did an interesting corroboration there. Right ankle, hock point, stifle point, and that's a point that coincides to the foot. In the hind leg, it's anatomical, so it's anything from the ankle all the way down to the foot. But again, very positive point. So So we corroborated everything Bill said. Doesn't always happen that way, but it certainly happened that way today. So that does corroborate, but again, by conventional veterinary medicine, you know, I'd have to say there's nothing wrong with this horse because flexion, heat, swelling, I can't find anything. You know, there is something to it. For example, in this horse, there's nothing to see in either of the two locations that he said there was a problem. There's nothing to see. There is no heat, no swelling. There's no way he could have known that. I didn't know that when I walked in on those horses. So, you know, I was surprised, as you could tell, that he actually picked up something that I didn't know was there. But he does do that on occasion.